Namaste. Namastizzle. Peace and blessings. Greetings. Shalom. Welcome. Happy Thursday. It is Jupiter. You know what I mean? Jupiter. Day of abundance, prosperity, and all that jazz. What's up, people? What's going on? Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Share and subscribe. The one and only, indescribable and inexplicable Magick Laquat. What is the deal? What is going on? How's y'all weeks going, people? What's going on, Brother Moore? First person in here. What's up? That's a first. How's it going? How's your day going? Just pulling up some things here. Said I would continue from the last live stream. What's going on, Donna? Peace and love and power, Brother Kunami. Can't complain. Well, being is that I get up in the morning to work out. It's starting to cool down in the morning here in Texas. So that's a good thing, right? But it's still over 100. We ain't had rain in 2 months, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So it's ridiculously hot. As I said before, Texas gets just about every other summer we have in a brutal oven-baked summer. You know, if you don't like heat, stay away from Texas. Matter of fact, if you don't like heat, stay away from Florida, Texas, Nevada. Nevada was even worse than this. And we went to a wedding, and it was everywhere we went, every single place we went, people were handing out water. That's how hot it is. It's good. I have a ritual with claw neck to do, but it's at that time of the month, so I'm tired of not feeling it. Yes, never, ever do a ritual when you're not feeling it. Never do a ritual when you don't have the energy to do so. That's a smart move, Don. Just wait till you have the energy. You know, I do know some witches who use that time of the month for their rituals, but if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. Leave that shit alone. It will wait. You know. I should do some rain spells. I thought about that, and then I was like, why? I'm at this point, Virgos are very good to help humanity, but I'm not at that point anymore. I'm past that point because motherfuckers don't listen. So it is what it is. I noticed something disturbing today, actually, just today. And y'all know my feelings for Biaki and all celebrities. They're all puppets, if you ask me. But her in particular, because she has influenced an entire generation to wear fake weave and shake her ass. She made a whole career out of it. I don't give a damn what nobody say, right? But the disturbing thing that I saw today, I actually, a lot of times when I'm scrolling Facebook, I will hit one of those little reels, one of those little clips of something. And I saw her and I'm like, she had this funny looking fairy kind of outfit on. She had like wings and shit. She made a whole career wearing onesies. But anyway, that's beside the point. Because at this point, I don't knock the hustle for anybody, especially in this economy. I've said this before. But y'all know for as long as this chick has been out, her background dancers have always been females, especially like Crazy in Love. Raise your hand if you remember this. I can't be the only one who remembers that every time she's ever done a show, her background dancers have been female. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's because 20 to 25 of the seas, big currents that keep the earth cool, collapse, but they're trying to keep under wraps. The world is said to have a 10 to 20 degree increase in heat desert spots. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The earth, that's been a prophecy that's been fulfilled for at least the last 5 years, that the earth would continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter. You know what I mean? That's a fact. That is a fact. Anyway, so the disturbing thing, since nobody said anything, the disturbing thing is she was performing Crazy in Love. Her backgrounds were dudes. Now, if you've seen her perform this in the past, you see that it's meant to be females dancing and shaking their asses and everything, right? I mean, but when Monique performed it, she had background dancers. They were a bit heavier, but the background dancers were women. Now they're men. They're men with shorts on. Let me say that again. Biaki's background dancers, from what I saw, are now men with short, that she was performing Crazy in Love. They were men with shorts on. Dora pause. The agendas continue. Yeah, her. Hey, every time I've seen her, her background dancers have been women. So, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe. Could be. Are you referring to that case she got for the dude he said she turned him gay? Oh, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Explain that one, please. Yeah, I'm noticing men are doing more of the twerking and booty dancing on stage, especially female artists like Beyonce, Nicki, Ariana. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Donna. Absolutely. I know I wasn't tripping. I'm like, they are going to continue to do this as long as nobody says a fucking word. As long as Black men keep signing up for this shit and, not having any kind of integrity at all and adding to their humiliation, it's going to continue. What did Yafa Bey say in the clip I showed? Where did I stop with that? Let's just go into it. Shit. Okay. I'm not gonna, I'm not even gonna waste my time talking about her. She's a big part of that agenda. She's a big part of it. So I won't give her my time at all. All right. So just a second, y'all. I'm almost got it. Most of them are from Crazy in Love on, especially in Boy Wants churches. They can keep that formation. Right. How about that? They can keep it. You're absolutely correct, sir. Keep that fucking formation. Nobody cares. Y'all having a good day, man? Let's keep it positive though. Y'all having a good day? Everybody having a good day? Let's have a great show. I have to turn the sound on.
To that particular for rituals.
And the podcasters wanted me to make sure you guys were aware of that as well. They said for me to make sure you understand, because people are like, why are all these Hollywood entertainers and actors and these pink homosexual couples adopting our children? They need to adopt our children because, one, they have these sexual rituals, they have these torture rituals, and they have these Mangala-type experiments that they have to do on the children to what you call fracture and shatter their minds so they can compartmentalize their minds. Because a child, when you torment a child, you splinter their mind. And that is in order for the child to protect themselves. When you do something horrendous to a child, they will lock that in a little closed place to sort of separate themselves from the pain of what you put them through and try to forget about it. That's the only way they can move forward is to people that have been molested, raped, even adults. If you've been misused or mistreated, as a child or an adult, in prison, at whatever, you're either going to wind up on drugs or strung out, or you're going to have to lock that away somewhere in order for you to function, or you'll become very dysfunctional.
Multiple personality
right.
disorder.
And that does create a lot of symptoms, yes.
Angelina Jolie is one also. As you can see, she can play various roles, and
And in order to do that, you have to have something going on to take on all these different personalities anyway. But they wanted you guys to know that they're doing that because, one, something's supposed to occur where Europeans will not even be able to remain on the surface of the planet at some point. Because it's going to continue to get hotter and hotter.
Hotter and hotter.
The only people that will be able to remain on surface is melanated people. Because melanin is a superconductor, a super microchip, a supercomputer, and a super processor. And with melanin, even though they have the hole in the ozone layer and the ultraviolet radiation levels keep climbing to the point of being what they call dangerous, for melanated people, because you have melanin, as the ultraviolet radiation levels climb and increase, the protective capacity of melanin just increases and keeps up. So the danger goes up, melanin just goes up. Goes up, melanin goes up. So whatever's going on, a lot of melanated people tell me, oh, it's hot outside. I'm like, man, you can get in the sun. People that are running around look like us got umbrellas, they don't get it. When you're melanated, now it's uncomfortable to be in a hot car or in a hot house or enclosure. But for melanated people to be in direct sunlight is a supercharge for your battery. Now, initially, you may find a drain and feel tired because the sun is baking out a lot of toxins, especially that they're giving you in the water, the food, the meat, the toothpaste, and the different things that they're doing, the sprays. You get the fatigue because the tired initially. But once you get beyond that, you're just ready to go. Melanated people, pink people can die off in this concept. So I'm saying that to say, the orchestra said when that occurs, a lot of them are going to have to go underground. And for those of you that have seen the new version of the Time Machine, remember the new version? They had the very pale people underground, the melanated people were above ground, right. And at night, initially, the pale people would come up from underground and take melanated women and men. They'd eat the men, and they take the women and rape them and keep having sex with them and have children. And as they had the children that got melanated, then those melanated people became day walkers. Just like in the movie Queen of the Dam with Aaliyah. And that's another thing they wanted me to point out. Right now, the orchestra said there is a mad dash of pink men on melanated women. They said sisters really don't even need to fall for that because it's not about what you think it's about. At the end of the day, they're at a point where they've come to the realization that instead of when we were at a point attempting to help them, and they didn't want our help, we got to keep the wide race pure. So they came up with the miscegenation laws to stop the intermarrying and this kind of thing, which would help breed more man into them and breed the pink out by putting melanin in, and that would also breed away the tails.
All right, so I'm gonna stop right there. She said a mouthful in less than 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, did y'all hear everything she said? When she first started that clip, she first said about the altars. That's MK Ultra. Dedication. Now I know y'all know that. Okay. The masses don't. They still have no idea. Where do you think all these missing children go to? What do you think Stranger Things is about? The Montauk Project. What do you think these things are about? Okay. MK Ultra creates split personalities. They have perfected this technique of being able to split people's alternate personalities. I mean, create alternate personality. They're called alters. You see what I'm saying? Alternate personalities. All right. Three Faces of Eve comes to mind. And so see the movie Raising Cain. Okay. Raising Cain by Brian De Palma. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite directors, Brian De Palma. Okay. This goes on way more often than you think. Way more often. Okay. And so that was my point when I first came on. And I said, also, it's going to continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Little did I know the clip that I picked next, she would say that. Okay. Hotter, hotter, hotter. And how many movies show you that? Okay. Going underground, coming up, eating the men, raping the women. Okay. Sisters right now are falling for the banana and the tailpipe. Okay. Sorry to say, you know how many sisters are missing in the United States? It has grown every year. That's how many sisters are going missing. Okay. It's not just a crisis between the genders of melanated men and women. It's also about these missing sisters too. Okay. So that's a crisis also. We are a people apart, as Noble Drew Ali said, and we don't get it. We absolutely do not get that all of these things are hitting us all at one time. All right. Let me get to y'all comments here. I see y'all been talking a lot. Jupiter is Jupitering in the best ways. Yeah. Yes. Donna picked up on it. MK Ultra. Yeah. What's going on, Sister Righteous? Peace and prosperity. It's a popular video. Yeah. But they have it in parts. Okay. You've been listening to Yafa Bay? Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Glad someone listens. That's a lot of hard to listen info for some people. All of what I'm saying is hard to listen to. Okay. I point out things and then I go to the next topic. I don't like to stay on one topic like that, knowing where I'm at. All right. Knowing where I'm at. Okay. Raise your vibrations or else. Period. Raise your vibrations or else. Learn some magic. Learn chaos magic. At this point, I don't give a damn what kind of magic you learn. Learn something. Listen, I might not be able to stay up here either. It's too hot. Donna. Eat who? Grape who? Peace, 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 brother Caribbean Grimoire. What's going on, brother? Don't forget, though, who did I mention? I said Raising Cain. Raising Cain. What's that actor's name? John Lithgow. Okay. That movie tripped me out the very first time I saw it because I didn't catch on that some of the characters they were showing was basically his personality, one of his personalities. They split that man's mind in a couple different ways. You see what I'm saying? It is amazing to me how so much information about MK Ultra is out and people still not looking at it. People still not even questioning. You know what I'm saying? How many of you watched Starry Eyes? Did any of you watch Starry Eyes? Starry Eyes, I'm sorry. That's why he said every piece of a Black woman DNA needs to be saved because it literally regenerated his decaying muscles. It literally reverses ages externally and internally. What do y'all think Henrietta Lacks was about? Still to this day, using her cells. All right, for all kinds of shit. Henrietta Lacks. Okay. If you don't know that story by now, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm not going to sit here and explain it either. I'm not. But for those of you know, like I said, I do love my audience, the ones who come, and I appreciate all of you because I do feel like I have a really specialized audience. Y'all have a certain modicum of intelligence and y'all know about most things. Okay. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not. I'm simply not here to entertain you. Okay. I'm mostly here to speak on magic. All right. But if I was like more into the entertainment kind of field, my subscriber count would probably be off the roof. But since I'm not, I'm speaking on a particular topic. It is what it is. See what I'm saying? Peace and wholeness, Storm Crystal. I'm actually growing to like Texas more. The heat is good for weight loss and sunbathing. Yeah, but at some point, like in August, September in Texas, you'll get tired of sweating by then. Like even Peter said he was stronger than he's ever been. Even he wasn't that strong in his youth when he was using Black women's stem cells. He targeted Black women from Africa. Yep. MK Ultra uses parts of voodoo and other African magical systems to do what it does. They went there for the research. They couldn't figure out how to put in a new personality 100% without interruption. Yep. Agreed. Like I said, though, there's so much. I was surprised when I first saw Stranger Things. I recognized it immediately, what it was about. I'm like, this is the Montauk Project. And the shit that went on there. They actually put it in a series, and it's one of the most popular Netflix series ever. Those kids blew up, literally, you know? But I'm like, the basis of this, though, is the Montauk Project, okay? This shit has been going on for decades, if not centuries. You see what I'm saying? Let's move on.
Because they did a PBS special. Has anybody seen the PBS special? The family that walks on all fours?
Yeah. That's all right.
Man, I mean, it's kind of deep. There's a couple, they're cousins, and they have like 19 children, all of whom initially walked on all fours. That means their palms were on the floor, and their feet were on the floor, and their butts were up in the air. They all were born walking like that, but most of them eventually came to walk upright, and like 5 of them cannot walk upright. They walk around on all fours to this day. But they also showed 2 pale individuals, the back of them with their tail, the naked butts with the tail still hanging and attached. Who saw that? Only 2 people. You guys, it's PBS. The family that walks on all fours. Because everybody's heard about, because you know, they used to say that we had tails. Yeah. At the end of the day, the Ancestors said they had played the most fabulous Trading Places game on us ever. We were called everything that they are. And we've become everything that they are. And let me see if I can find some of the notes they had me take on that. I could go from my memory, but I don't like doing that because I have a tendency to forget some things. But there's just too much data. But one of the things they said is that the original slaves or Slavs was them. Right. Now that's a title applied to us. The original ghettos housed them. Yeah. Now it houses us. The original gangsters were them. And what's the name of that movie about the gangsters in New York? Gangs in New York. And the Bastards of the Party, the HBO special about the little brother from LA. That's a blood that's telling how, because he just got to a point one day, he was like, man, where did all this start? How did we all start? start killing one another. What is it about? So he did this whole special called The Bastards of the Party. It's an HBO.
Stop there for a second. Remember I said in the last live that it all matters. I said all of this has mattered, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Them reversing every single thing to put us in a position where they were the originators of us has done such psychological damage to us. You know what I mean? We think we were the original slaves. We think we were the originators living in the ghetto when that was what they call the Jews. You see what I'm saying? It is amazing to me, the mind fuck that they have done to us, okay? And that's why knowing the history, knowing who you're dealing with, knowing what people are what, that's why all of it matters. See what I'm saying? She's verifying everything I've told y'all in the last live. See what I mean? Gangs in New York. When I saw that the first time, I was like, ain't this a bitch? They telling us. And I wasn't, when I first seen that movie, I wasn't nearly as cognizant as I am now. And it's still, I recognize that. I'm like, they sitting there telling us who the original gang members were. Gangs of fucking New York. And I think it was set in the 1700s. They even showing you in that movie how politics started. The game of politics is in every facet of America, from corporate jobs to of course, the government. You know what I'm saying? Everything you see has a little bit of politics in it. All right. The Wire shows you the politics very well, especially in season 5. Okay. Politics runs all of this shit. By my 4th year in the military, in the United States Navy, I had gotten tired of the politics of the military. All right. They use politics to try to control you also. And my experiences is niggas will actually, especially in a military setting, will use politics. They will play the politics game. Okay. Let us continue. I wasn't done with that particular section she was at. I just wanted to stop and share my thoughts there.
Special. If you have not seen it, it is worth watching because it points out in there, and there's a pink guy, he was a historian. He gave them all this information. He exposed, well, the police lied about this, and he's pink. You know, you believe it when they tell you. The police lied about that. The news lied about this. They said the gangs were doing things they weren't doing. But by the time they finished filming The Bastards of the Party, that white boy was dead. I'm curious to know why. We know that probably was not, I don't know what the reasons were, but by the end it was in memory of him. Oh. So some of you guys have seen it then. Oh, that's deep. Now, one of the things is they had all these European gangs in LA that used to attack brothers. So a lot of brothers started coming together to protect themselves from the original gangs, who eventually became LAPD and LA sheriffs, who still beating the hell out of brothers today, you know, and they don't know. But the original gangs were them. Now we're called the gangbangers, the Bloods, the Crips. The original, yes.
I just wanted to add that I saw with my own eyes that there was a white chick over in the projects over here in Chicago, dropping off drugs to gangbangers before the gangbangers and everything started to. It was a white girl.
He said a white girl was. He saw a white girl with his own eyes dropping off drugs in the projects before gang banging really took off with our people. I guess is what you're saying. But remember, she's a Roman soldier, and I'm gonna keep going in a minute. But since we got on the tangent, I'm telling you what the argument is, because I gotta tell you as it comes for me to give it to you. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget.
That's what you meant.
They said that these original terms were them. The original criminals and thieves were them. They went around the world stealing people's land, stealing people's countries, stealing people's peoples. You know, but now they call us the criminals, the thugs, and the thieves, when they're the criminals, thugs, and thieves. They're the masters of murder, but they call us a bunch of killers. All we do is kill each other. We haven't gotten to the point yet where we're turning the guns on them yet, or at least not in mass. So what they said was, they have traded places with us, and they become us, and somehow we become them. And because we keep calling ourselves these things, we are going to keep being these things, because when you're melanated, it is what you say it is. We are what we say we are. If we say we're from the ghetto in the ghetto, well, we're going to be from the ghetto in the ghetto because we create the reality. But they said that the sisters need to understand that when it comes to the European man making the mad dash on them, and these pink people adopting all of our children, they're doing that so that when we rise up, or if we rise up, because whether or not we rise up depends on how many of us really get this concept that we're dealing with like today. If and when we rise up, Europeans want to make sure that they have these little fractured minds of Mangala, tainted, infected people that look like us, hoping that they can send them out with the kufus and the turbans and the tashikis and, you know, the whole Malcolm, whatever, coming out there looking like you and talking like you, but they're not you.
And let me stop it there, because I saw something today that disturbed me. It was early this morning, and it's in a group that I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. It was a group that I'm in, and I think it's called Disrespectful Memes. Just in case any of you my Facebook friend, I put some hilarious ass memes on my Facebook page, right? Because I like offensive shit. But anyway, I forget how the topic started, but the brother started it, and I'm seeing sisters argue with him. Okay? If I had time, I would go find it and show it to you. But he said something like, you know, sisters aren't holding other sisters accountable. And what sisters are doing when we bring it up is deflected back to Black men. So one of the women responded, and she said something like, if more Black men were in the homes, we wouldn't. They're regurgitating what those people have put out about us. It has been debunked many a time that most Black fathers are in the home taking care of their children. That has been a myth, that with an absent Black father, that has been a myth for years. Okay, it's been debunked for years. All right, but now I'm seeing sisters. No disrespect to the sister, but I'm seeing sisters regurgitate that same nonsense. You know what I mean? This whole switching and reversing everything has worked so well that we believe the shit that they put out about us. We believe it, and we say it to each other. You know what I'm saying? So where was I going with that? Where was I? It's just like Sister Righteous said, we need a massive spell. You know, I've said this often. How do you fight a war when there's so many, they got so many of us on their side? How do you fight that? You know what I mean? When there's so few of us who is aware of the bigger picture of everything that's going on. How do you fight that? Right in the beginning of Gangs in New York, when they walk in the building next to our Indigenous King statue. Yep. Magick the meme, sorcerer supreme. Yeah. Yeah, so many people sleep. So many people sleep. You know what I mean? It's incredible to me, like I said, that and here's another point. I used to look at Yahoo articles to read something early in the morning with my breakfast. Okay. Excuse me. So every article, and I've told this before, every single Yahoo article, every single one of them will have some racist shit in the comment section. Every single, without fail. They will find a way to bring racism into it or race into it. You know what I'm saying? And they will continue to, it didn't just put a spell on us, it put a spell on everybody else because most Caucasians believe this shit that we're deadbeat dads en masse. They believe that. They believe that we're only 13% of the population. They believe that too. Okay? They believe everything that they're told to believe, just like we do. So it's not just us. There's someone in the back beyond black and white pulling on the strings. I won't say who that is because you should know by now. All right? Who profits from us going at each other on a consistent basis? Who stands to gain from us constantly being at odds with each other? Black versus white, male versus female. Okay? Rich versus poor. Okay? Rich versus poor. These so-called elites, that 1%, are the ones pulling all these strings. You can take it or leave it. They most definitely will. They dropped the Trump nigger Navy quote 4 years ago. Just like there's a comedian on Facebook. He's real popular now. I've been watching him for a few years now. His name Ryan Davis. He is hilarious. And he said, he pointed out, did I post that? I might have posted, where someone called someone else a nigger lover. And he was like, that's an old racist joke. That's an old racist slur. I'm sorry, not joke, a slur. And he was like, come on, you didn't like Dave Chappelle, the Chappelle show? You didn't like the Baja Men who let the dog, you ain't like that? You ain't like, and he was named like Wayne Brady. You ain't like them? You never liked no black people, like Michael Jordan, not Michael Jackson. You like nobody. And he was just going on for about a minute or so. So if I can find that clip again, then I'll show it to y'all. But yeah, it's not just us that they have put the spells on. Make no mistake. Caucasian people actually do believe all that has been put out. They say it all the time. Racists will always show their hand, always, every single time. Okay? Every single time. They will always quote in any Yahoo article to not say nigger, they will say the 13%. This is how they refer to us, melanated people, the 13%. They believe that us 13% commit most of the crimes. I took statistics in college, and that's mathematically impossible. Mathematically impossible. Y'all hear me? Mathematically impossible. But 13% of the population to commit 72% of the crime. That's mathematically impossible. To prove my point, go to any Yahoo article, go to the comments. That's all you got to do. There's another little clip I wanted to show y'all, but this is from Bobby Hemmett. Let's see. I just had it. All right. Check out Brother Bobby. I'm with y'all. Give me a second.
So the Illuminati is clear about that. The people, the global elite, they worship what we supposedly worship, which means they worship us. Get what I'm coming here? So let's get this straight. So don't think that the Pope and them are going to be worshiping some Mary Mother of God and kissing something and kiss my ring and some Hail Marys and all that kind of stuff. The Pope and them worship Osiris. And they worship some Gnostic teachings. There's a book called Theosophia by Arthur Verse Lewis. Interesting book, very superior book. Theosophia by Arthur Verse Lewis. He wrote a book on Egypt. It's one of the baddest books put out. Wrote it in 1988, and they never published it beyond that. It's a book that's called Egyptian Mysteries by Arthur Verse Lewis. If you ever get your hands on it, it's a superior text. He wrote another book called Theosophia. Arthur Verse Lewis. And in there is the stuff behind the Vatican and what they deal with, and the stuff, you can just take this stuff and start reading, and it's your mysteries. In that book, the Theosophia, they talk about in the last days, the apocalypse that you're talking about is not going to be a physical apocalypse, it's going to be apocalypse of the heart. Which means people that you know, and especially people that you know, especially you conscious people, your heart and your deeds and the way you treat other people on the frequency will be what you judge by. Now, the judging is not talking about a person that's standing before you saying we're going to cast you down in the hell and all that. It's talking about an immediate judgment. Whereas you say to yourself, I wonder why I'm catching so much hell. Well, the question you should ask after that is, I wonder what kind of asshole I was a couple of weeks ago to somebody. It's the cause and effect. It ain't the karma that they're talking about that's going to be your soul in the future. No, it's stuff that you do right now. When it comes to conscious people or whatever. There's an apocalypse going on in the heart. So whenever some things is going wrong, you need to say, wait a minute, hold on. Who did I fuck over today? Because something ain't going right here. My car done broke down. The bill collector calling. You see what I'm saying? Then you got to put this one, and it's accelerating. So if there's some stuff that's going on, it's your thoughts. It's not even to the point where, as you know, you might not have done anything physical, but you got a certain thought process that's fucked up, and it's spilling over into the physical realm. Right now. You see what I'm saying? See, the church was saying these things, but they muddled it and got you confused with all the Jesus stuff and all that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about things because, see, what's happening is this. Your spiritual energy is rising to a level. So when it rises, it gives you the ability to have more power. So you also have the power of thought. You can think things into existence.
Same thing Alphabet just said.
I would tell a lie, and the next day the lie comes true. And was scaring the shit out of me. Because I was producing that. Well, on the other hand, because you have the ability to produce things, you also have the ability, when you think negative, you also produce that also. So the apocalypse that they're talking about is an apocalypse of the heart. And in the book Theosophia, which is the text that the papacy use, that's the stuff they're talking about.
See, remember, you'll hear certain people say this is a spiritual war. It's not physical, it's spiritual, psychological. Okay, just like he said, we can, and Yahweh said the same thing. We have the ability to not instantly, but to manifest anything we think. This is the purpose. This is the point of raising your vibration. I also have said before that people take in information based from their level of understanding. Okay. This is why learning about the chakras so important, because the music they put out now is pure trash. It's very low vibrational. It's low vibrational. And they have the ability, hear me now, to put subliminal messages on ultra low frequencies. Okay? Ultra low. All right? Or extremely low. I think it's ELF or ULF. But if a person is constantly vibrating from their root chakra, your root chakra is located at your feet. All right? They are not going to get any high spiritual knowledge. This is not going to take. It's not going to stick. Okay. And what he's talking about is vibrating from your heart chakra. When you really, truly operate from a frequency of love. All right. Love is the highest vibration that there is. Period. Point blank. All right. Try to operate from here. But if you can't operate from here, operate from here. Stop vibrating from your feet, though, your root. All right. That's where you get into all the remember the clip I showed y'all the last live of all those females dressed ratchet, looking ratchet, twerking, and just low vibration. You even had a stud there that looked like she was pregnant, walking around, greasy and shiny, smoking a cigarette. I don't know if any of y'all caught that, okay? But this is what I'm talking about, vibrating from your root chakra, okay? So if you are constantly taking in negativity, that's what you will attract. This is hermeticism, all right? This is hermeticism. What kind of asshole was I today? I'm an asshole on Facebook intentionally because I try to make people laugh, because what else is there to do? Nobody is actually listening to anything else. So why not make them laugh? Why not be there for that? Okay. But seriously, what Bobby said, what kind of asshole was I today? All right. Why did I do this to this person? Why did I speak this to this person? Did I upset this person today? Okay. How am I vibrating? All right. What vibes am I getting off? Giving off. I said getting off. Giving off. I tried to avoid Yahoo. These are old school racists. Absolutely. Please share the link for this if you can. I think this is the one I was looking for. Most Bobby videos are on YouTube. That one's called The Coming of the Cosmic Elite. I have a lot of, and I'm not saying this to advertise or to brag. Brother Konami knows this. I have terabyte drives full of information, full of Bobby, Dr. Ben, Khalid Muhammad, Aziz El Bey, of course, Rudra, even Panic, old school teachers. All right. So I have stuff that's sitting on my computer from things I have collected. That's how vast my collection is. Okay. So I couldn't really tell you online where to go, except probably Serious Times Media. What's going on, Sharon? Quantum low vibrational, exactly. Peace, love, and light, EJ Taylor. Root energy is your base energy, is your animalistic nature. Exactly. Exactly, Don. Thank you for saying that. You're absolutely correct. Most people operate from there. All right. So most people, if you thinking you're saying something to somebody and they're just not getting it, that's the reason. Okay. That's the reason that they're not getting it. They are literally not getting it. Literally. Like if I was to say to one of those females, hey, look, sister, don't do that. I mean, that makes you look bad. That's you're not respecting yourself. And little kids can see you. If I'm talking intelligently like that to one of those hood rats, they're not going to hear me. All right. I saw another post today where this Glorilla person was performing, and I went directly to the comments. And you know what one of them said? They said, she's secure in the bag. I'm tired of these, how she put it? Old, that's their favorite insult, old haters, okay? Because they think somebody is in their 30s and 40s, that makes them old. That's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard, okay? And if you don't like something and you have an opinion, we said this, you're a hater just because you don't like something. Somebody said in the comments that that's I'm pretty sure that's a dude. Shit, I agree. that deep ass voice, the hips, no hips having, biology. It's basic biology. But anyway, my whole point was people. That's why I stopped talking to people. Brother Moore, I know you said you saw this in my future. I don't see it. You saw me lecturing. I don't see that at all, unfortunately. I don't have the patience. I really, really don't have the patience to speak to most people these days. I don't. It is what it is. And I'm a Virgo. The higher you go, the less you want to be involved with people. That's just a fact. Okay? As a fact. That's because they're asleep. Absolutely, they're asleep. Absolutely. But the very first thing, common, sixth sense. If I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean I'm hating. Exactly. Exactly. While sex work is something that goes on and that happens, but we're at the point where everyone is doing it for a bag like it's too much. Exactly. Okay, going on with that theme again, that it all matters who you have sex. Ladies, y'all know this though. Ladies, who you open your legs up to matters. Okay, you draw in energy. You're pretty much an energy vampire. I don't mean to say it that way. I think you get my point though. You absorb energy. All right, you absorb energy. Y'all absorb our energies when we have sex. That's why they call having an orgasm for the men the little death, because we lose some of our life force when we ejaculate. This is another fact, okay? Who you sleep with matters, all right? Who you have babies by, that matters, okay? All of it matters. You absorb men's thoughts when you sleep with them, ladies, okay? Sex is important. Who you have sex with is most important. Okay? Who you share your energy with is extremely important. I mean, how you gonna have a baby? How you gonna have 2-3 babies by the same nigga and then say niggas ain't shit? After the third one, nah, heifer, is you. All right, so I'm getting off on a tangent there. So let me stop right there. Some people need the raw and uncut. I'm a little too uncut. I am raw, uncut, unfiltered. Hey, I mean, here's another clip I want to show y'all. Let's see. We're going back to Yafa Bay. I will sit and listen to the sister all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? All day, I can listen to her. She is that important, in my opinion. Okay. She knows what she's talking about. All right. Now, when I show y'all this clip, do not be discouraged by the words that's on the screen. Okay. I think they did this to prevent people from like streaming it or whatever. But this is the copy I have. This is from her Piercing the Fog lecture.
Pious. But when Louis had his 3 sons, there we go. That's when they had to divide the German kingdom into 3 separate entities or 3 separate things. Now, one of his sons is named Lothar, Emperor Lothar, Lothar. He got Middle Kingdom. And in the Middle Kingdom was Italy to the Netherlands and a large amount of Western Germany. He also got Rome and France. So you guys are thinking that Italy, Rome, and France are not German. Yes, it is. Now, Louis, who's called Louis the German, he got East Frankland which is mostly, which houses modern Germany, or the modern German state. And the third son, they called Charles the Bald. I guess he was bald. I ain't seen no pictures. He got West Frankland, which includes France. So, don't you ever think for a second that the Holy Roman Empire is not German. The Holy Roman Empire is German. The Roman Catholic Church is German. The people in Israel today that say they're Jews and are not, but do lie, are German. Hollywood is run by these people. The media is run by these people. The courts are run by these people.
I hear that.
And we are run by these people. And they're running us because we don't get the terms. Now, I'm going to give you a real quick eye-opener that's going to blow your mind to show you who's running what. Now, this is a simple word that I didn't know what made me look at it. Oh, I was trying to figure out what's up with this criminal justice system. Is that criminal just us system, just us against y'all people out there? Or is that criminal just ice them, ice the people? I mean, I'm trying to break it down. And then it's like, when I went to break that down, I was like, okay, what's up with these police? I went to break down police, led me to polis, led me to polity, and on and on and on. But it also led me to this word. Something that you guys, many of us, claim we are and are not, but do lie. We are not citizens. If you believe that, or maybe you did have some ancestors, that we or our ancestors came here from Africa on a boat as slaves. The Dred Scott decision, in every Black's Law dictionary that's been printed since this decision, and people will tell you, oh, that decision was overthrown. Who overthrew it? Oh, a magistrate. Really? Supreme Court has to overthrow that. Oh, he was a Supreme Court justice. Well, excuse me. You can't take one Supreme Court justice and overthrow the decision of a whole panel of Supreme Court justices. And even if you want to say you want to overthrow the decision of maybe about Dred Scott, you are not going to overthrow the fact. And the fact is, the Supreme Court, they ruled that, and I can almost quote it verbatim, Africans that were imported as slaves and their descendants, that means you, if you were one, that means children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-great-great-grandchildren, wherever you fall in that list, you down there, you think you won, are not and were never intended to be included in the word citizen.
Just like I said, many people still believe this story. Many people still believe, many melanated people still believe we came over here on a boat. Instead of being here already, a lot of people, and a lot of people, Caucasian people, also believe it. Okay? If you've seen American Gods and you see Anansi, the god, he's given a speech on a boat full of slaves. Okay? The image alone continues to perpetrate that lie. All right? A lot of people, of course, is not going to watch Ted, that was put out by Seth MacFarlane. Ted 2. It was obvious who that was about. He was going to court to say that he was a person. Okay? That was about y'all. All right? That's Ted 2. Okay? You are never considered a citizen. Never. You were enslaved. You were already here, though. Okay? You got stripped of all your knowledge, all your magic. All right? Where you think hoodoo comes from. Okay? Because slaves had to make their magic from whatever they had. Okay? Did I lose anybody? If you notice, These days, women are way more detached from their sexual partners than men. How many women don't? Now, many women don't give a damn anymore. Not just that. Again, let me repeat this. One of the prophecies was that women will be chasing after men en masse. I think they were talking about melanated women. I hate to say it, but I think that's who he was talking about. I don't think he was talking about women in general. Okay. I don't think that's what he was talking. I think he meant melanated women. I gotta find that exact quote. Okay. I know I'm friends with many sisters. I'm noticing they are having a hard time finding mates. All right. Bobby said this in one of his lectures. Women are having a hard time finding mates. Okay. Black women. These are some serious topics. Caribbean Gwimrar, is it too serious for you, brother? Ted backwards or inverted is debt. It came before Columbus is a great book to have. It is. Yeah, I remember that with Anansi. It seems so sad to tell them that. Right. Exactly. I think that's one of the series I'm going to be revisiting very, very soon. American Gods was so good. They did Orlando, what's his name? Orlando, what's his name? Who played Anansi? Orlando, not Orlando Brown, it's Orlando Jones. Orlando Jones, that his name? I see somebody quoted the Holy Prophet. Yeah, well, all women are chasing men, but yeah, with Black women it's worse because they only stick to one man who mainly date out. Brother O. Patton Bay of Temple 4:25 said that the Holy Prophet said, one day your biggest trouble won't be getting with European women. It will be fighting them off. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the quotes. Thank you, Bobby L. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you for showing that. Orlando Jones. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I heard that the book is better on the American Gods. I heard that. But he got his karma, in my opinion, because he promoted the jab. Who promoted the jab? Brother Orlando Jones? He promoted the jab? I didn't know that. There we go. Thank you. Y'all give Bobby L a round of applause. That is the exact quote I was talking about. The Holy Prophet said, one day women are going to be chasing men like a hound running after a rabbit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know Orlando Jones promoted the jab. I did not know that. Wow. Okay. Depends on the generations, more so the older women who are younger Black women like myself are mainly dating out now. I did not know that. Wow. Peace and blessings, Moonfeather. I'm not sure if I spoke to you. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. My mom's ancestors were brought over from the Canary Islands to Puerto Rico. Don't forget, support Sister Moonfeather. She had another show last night. Support her YouTube, Sister Moonfeather or Brother Kunami. Please post the link of Moonfeather Rising's link to her YouTube. Okay, so Brother Noble Drew Ali was a prophet, y'all. Okay, I believe Bobby Hemmett's a prophet. I believe Azazel Bay is definitely a prophet. I believe that Pascal Beverly Randolph, not a prophet, but he gave a foundation for magic, especially sex magic. He gave that foundation. That's why you see Western occultists, they are thriving now because of Pascal Beverly Randolph, believe it or not. All right. Aleister Crowley had a job to do that he failed to do. All right. There's a movie you should see called Crowley. Okay. It shows you sex magic. All right. It shows it to you. It's called simply Crowley. All right. Do not forget that, or if you did not know, there's a hurricane headed to Los Angeles towards it called Hurricane Hillary. They're calling this Hurricane Hillary. Yeah. Pray for Hawaii, because you know it is what it is. None of these, let me just say, none of these are accidents. Okay. None of these are accidents. A lot of magic going on right now. Okay. Where are you going to be as far as magic is concerned? I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I still got so much more to show y'all just from Raffle Day. Okay. I don't want to give the sister's whole lecture out, but she says so much important things that I think y'all need to hear. Okay. Thank you, Brother Konami. Yeah, mostly younger Black people like myself. We really don't date each other anymore. It's rare to see young Black people together. And even when we are, one is a biracial while the other is Black. That's a damn shame, too. That is a damn shame. Like, I'm 20 and I've never dated a Black man. And it's not even from like saying no, but they don't want to date Black girls in my area. They say we're not pretty because we don't look like white women. And that's a perfect example of programming. Perfect example, Donna. I appreciate you saying that, but that's sad at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's very sad of all the psychological damage that has gone on here. I visited the National Historic Archive at Clayton State University in Atlanta and found out my maternal lineage is Choctaw. That's what's up. In case you've never heard me say it before, I think my roots go to Geechees down in North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm still researching that. But I think my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, is from the South. He's part of a Gula Geechee tribe, something like that. But there's a reason I'm a magician. I'm the only one in the family, but there's a reason. Okay. Neil Gaiman, David S. Goya, writers of shows like American Gods, Blade, Children of Alan. They pretty much provide a lot of occult shows in a palatable way for the unconscious. Exactly. A hurricane headed to Cali. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. Weather manipulation. Exactly. Hurricane to South California. Yep. I feel bad for the native Hawaiians. I hope they call on the spirit of Maui to help them. I hope so too, Donna. I not a problem, Sister Moonfeather. Yeah, it's so common for young Black men my age to say they've never dated a Black woman. It's very normal. Fucking shame. Shame. I don't want to say mission accomplished when it comes to the gender wars. I don't want to say that. I have to believe that one day people fucking their internal systems will turn on. Or like Bobby Hemmett say, come online. I have to hope that one day this actually happens, okay? Because him and other people have been saying they've been trying to prevent that for the longest time. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, so when is it going to happen? You know what I mean? Like Dr. Yafabe said, as hot as it may be, get out there and recharge your energy. It's your battery. Melanin is a superconductor. I wear copper. That's another one. All right. I was about to get on out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me as always. It's always a pleasure speaking to you all. I will be back next week. Don't forget, support Sister Moonfeather as well. Y'all know how to contact me if you have questions. By the way, those of you who are on my Patreon, I did provide a copy of Black Root Science on Patreon. It's free to all members. Please pick that up when you can. All right. I'm the undeniable and inexplicable, the mystical, magical, undoubtedly the occultist, the sorcerer, the magician, Magick LaCroix. I will see y'all next time. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. Until next time, as always, namaste.